Almost 12 months after the Sundering removed the Zwaari nation from the side of its continent and landed it on an entirely unknown new world, the populace maintained their desire for familiar rituals and the comfort of the expected. Thus, as the season of the Hallowed Hunt drew to a close, the nation turned its eyes towards its annual celebration of the Festival of Kwanzaa, 7 days of festivity and reflection. As part of this attempt at normalcy, on the first day of Kwanzaa, the eccentric turtle collector Edie Karga made a rare exception and opened his collection to curate an exhibit called the Museum of Mad Magic at the Arcane College in the capital of Het-Katen. With exhibits like the broken portal to the Shining Lands and the skeleton of an astral dreadnought, this was intended as a cautionary tale against abuses of the arcane after mere months before an arcane engineer destroyed himself trying to reach the nation's home world. However, the exhibit drew some unexpected attention. Positioned next to two Rary's doomed telepathic tokens, the world's biggest failed fireball loomed, a massive bound ball of bat guano and sulfur tinkling with wasted possibility. In disguise as a tiefling noblewoman, the Yuan-Ti Na Countess Ilsha Oluyinka, known more commonly by her nom de guerre Smokeshow, regarded the exhibit. She worked for the nation's spy network, the Insinuation. They sent her here after receiving a hint that this exhibit might be the target of people with ill intent. Under the guidance of a retired adventurer freelancing for the Insinuation, Smokeshow led an adventuring party called the Sanction to the exhibit.
This is perverse.
This gross show of materialism and privilege? Child, I agree.
This second woman was named Jada Power. A changeling born in the extra-dimensional realm called the Feycalm, Jada migrated to the material plane looking to fuel her ambitions, finding it just as hard to distinguish herself among beings of lower planes, as she had amongst the Fey charged with the maintenance and concepts like gravity and causality. She found that her changeling abilities were no more special on the material plane as they had been in the Feycalm. As such, radicalized and discontent, she fell in with a terrorist organization called the Insecurity, which had an interest in this exhibit. Sending her as part of a task force called the Reckoning, Jada was in disguise as well in the shape of an elderly Owlan woman.
What? No, not that. Well, yes, that too. But this thing, creating something so destructive, it makes no sense.
But what if something really needed to change? Hard to do that if there isn't some kind of reckoning first. That would take the right tools, wouldn't it?
As a finely dressed orc bard in the corner played a strange, long lute, Smokeshow stopped to really regard the mysterious woman confronting her. She nervously twirled her right earring, a telepathic connection to the rest of her team elsewhere in the Opus Tower.
What you're suggesting? That could really end up hurting people.
People die in the nation every day.
Charmed to make your acquaintance. I'm Mrs. Lisbeth Varadharajan, and you are?
Tossing her hair, Jada brushed against an earring on her left ear, signaling her colleague Trio, also elsewhere in the tower. A voice came through in her mind.
Got it. Says here Lisbeth Varadharajan is the wife of Krishan, manager of the First Bank of Lethisport. And our sources have eyes on her, shopping at the Glittering in the Park District. We have a fake here.
Why, I'm Jolene Amberheart. My husband, he manages the First Bank of Davia. Your family's in banking too, correct? It's so nice to meet a fellow patron of the arts. Mr. Carter was kind enough to invite us, but of course my husband can't attend.
Hang on, Jolene Amberheart. My dad said she hated arts programs. Vaxis, are you on the telepathic channel? Can you check Jolene Amberheart for me?
I'm here, and you are very savvy there. I checked with the local protectors, and word is that Jolene Amberheart was found dead this morning. They just haven't gotten the word out to protect the bank's reputation. I don't think the person you're talking to is who she claims to be.
Smokeshow smiled widely at Jada, who returned the careful gesture, both realizing that they were dealing with someone hiding something, a perspective each woman knew all too well.
Well, I'm really enjoying this, but I am excited to get to the Wambui for a gala.
Several feet above, a crystal chandelier hung over the room, suspended by a crystal dome. That dome, however, looked down from a room where a human monk, twitching every now and then, observed the events below, including Jada. With shockingly red hair, crystal blue eyes, and a headband streaked with blue, red, and white, this monk, called Trio, recognized Wambui, the name of a city in the Karma region that they agreed was a panic code, and tapped the end of a wand jammed through the floor. Below, on the exhibit floor, a huge portal burst open, surprising the attendees. From it emerged a 25-foot-tall gelatinous bear wobbling everywhere. It looked around and lunged toward the first person it saw, a tiefling servant who was absorbed into its gigantic bluish-purple mass and began sizzling inside as if eaten by acid. This, of course, led to chaos breaking out as screams and running became the course of the day.
Vaxis, are you seeing this?
A nearby wall was actually a one-way illusion, as Vaxis, a burly elf wearing holsters full of books, sat holding a small pewter earring, allowing him to communicate with Smokeshow.
Yeah, boss. Gigantic murder gummy bear, hard to miss. Sending in Cole and Evergreen. Let's go, Sanction.
In the corner, Xoruk Cole, the orc bard, stood up and yanked the strings off his lute, revealing its edge as a kind of combination head of a hammer and an axe.
Damn. Whole world.
Grabbing what was clearly a weapon in disguise by what was the neck of the instrument, he ran towards the huge creature, now absorbing a terrified dwarven noble.
From the hallway, in ran Evergreen, a human woman with curly crimson hair and honey brown skin, wearing a heavy set of armor that looked as though vines ran through it, carrying a spiky mace.
Whoa, what is going on in here? What did... Oh, so cute! Oh, it's Cuddles! Oh, come here.
Her arms spread wide, Evergreen ran towards the gigantic gelatinous bear, giggling madly. In the madness of all this, nobody noticed the so-called Jolene Amberheart silently cutting a hole in the glass holding the world's biggest failed fireball, before pulling out a wand and pointing it, shrinking down the exhibit and fitting it into a bag of holding. She then joined the fleeing crowd, making her way towards the exits. Sadly, Smokeshow literally had bigger problems at the moment in mind, as a sizzling sound enveloped Janita Evergreen, an oath of Olabog Jagala Paladin.
Ooh. Forgot how quickly cute things throw Evergreen off the scent.
Only forgivable because you're new, Vaxis. Can you protection magic our girl from herself?
Yeah, it'll blow both my 4th level spells for the day.
Less talking, more casting.
The burly elf stood, sighed, and uttered an arcane term, suddenly being pushed through a rectangular portal to appear next to the armored paladin, Evergreen.
Time to go, Janita.
No more cuddles? Oh.
His hand on her shoulder, Vaxis uttered the same magic word, and both of them were shoved through a similar glowing rectangular portal and appearing next to Cole, the large orc, who was barreling their way.
Another day at the office.
You know it, brother. You okay after Rebecca?
No time for recriminations, Vaxis. Evergreen, hitting, not hugging, please.
Bad cuddles. Got it.
With a loud battle cry, Evergreen rushed toward the creature, pulling a caterpillar cocoon from a nook in her shield. She spun it in air, as she said an arcane term, transforming herself magically into a green Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Upata!
She rushed in, and the huge creature smacked her new form across the face. She responded by taking a bite attack at the giant bear and roaring in pain at the acidic sizzle of the creature's skin. Cole spun his left hand in the air as he yelled a magic word.
Say gotcha!
Sadly, this seemed to have no impact on the rampaging creature.
I believe this creature lacks the sentience to fall for Charm Monster, boss. Let's give Vaxis some inspiration, just in case. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks, brother. Well, I am a wizard, so you know what I have to do.
Vaxis, no!
Not hearing Smokeshow's protest over the din of chaos, Vaxis reached into one of his many holsters and pulled out a tiny ball of bat guano and sulfur. Making a kind of curveball throw, Vaxis uttered an eldritch word, and the ball of smelly material arced behind the gelatinous creature to explode with massive force, rattling the windows and sending shrieks through the few exhibit visitors still making hasty exits from the room. The lumbering creature, melting and charred in many places, lunged towards the green dinosaur as the largest target it could see and understand. Unfortunately, the damage was so great that it stumbled and fell face down on the floor, smashing the now empty failed fireball case and a second one with two shattered halves of a 9-pointed iron star, each half 10 feet across. As it fell, Smokeshow let her illusory appearance as a socialite drop, revealing her true form, a striking Yuan-Ti woman with a scale mail dress, winged boots, and a hooded cloak with what looked like spider webs drifting from it. She floated into the air 10 feet, wound her hand around, and 5 corkscrewing particles of magical force, like bottle rockets, shot from the palm of her hand. Each one slammed into different points of the gelatinous mass, sinking in a foot or two before detonating and bursting the creature into a huge wave of colorful ooze that splashed over Evergreen, Cole and Vaxis, singeing each before the magical effect dissipated.
Please tell me one of you has prestidigitation, or this will never come out of my purple worm silk.
Smokeshow floated down to the floor of the room as the ooze dissipated slowly, and Evergreen changed back into her human form.
Oh, that was weird.
I've got prestidigitation there, brother. Let me just straighten you right up. And sorry for bringing up Rebecca.
It's copacetic. Let's not prevaricate.
Did anybody see that fake rich lady I was talking to?
She slipped out in the chaos, but the weird broken fireball you two were looking at, it's gone.
This other smash case looks like one of those doomed telepathic tokens got abducted in the conflagration as well. Weird. They're only linked to each other, and on the 1000th message, one of them detonates. This entire boondoggle was a larcenous heist? Messy methodology to accomplish mundane means.
I don't get it. These are basically magical things that don't work, right? Who makes off with failures?
Smokeshow leaned down and picked up the second doomed telepathic token.
We'll ask Frostbeard. He did this before most of us were born. Well, before you got to this world, at least, Vaxis. Let's get out of here before the Bright Watch shows up. What the recall scroll? Mythallica Waki Juvu. Tafahali otokumbo. Hade mahali hapa patakatifu.